specific problem in your life, we might be able to offer some help.
Yes, we've invited a local psychiatrist to join us live for Midday Q&A to take your calls. If you have a question for Dr. Leonard Lotto, pick up the phone and give us a call. The number is 426-1414 or 800-832-0014.
And Dr. Lotto joins us now from his office at Charter Hospital on Evansville's east side. Good morning, Dr. Lotto.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
We'll get to the phones in just a moment. First, though, statistics show that domestic violence cases are on the rise. I know every situation is different, but do you have any advice for people who may be involved in a violent relationship?
I think the first thing that you have to pay attention to is when you're having a violent relationship, and if that's the case, that's the best thing you can do is get some help. It's that simple. There is a lot of available lines. You can get help through local psychologists or psychiatrists, but usually it becomes a problem where you're already punching each other out, but it's something that could be resolved, especially now with the Simpson case. More couples are aware of how violent a relationship can be, and it's not new to this country. It's been around for many years.
Let's talk a little bit about teenagers and drug use. There's a front page story in this morning's USA Today that says more teenagers experimented with marijuana in 1994 compared to 1992. What's the reason for this growing trend?
It's very interesting. In fact, a couple of days ago, the CNN came up with the latest statistics on drug use in America through their statistics through Medicare and Medicaid, $67.2 billion. There is a high incidence. There's no particular explanation except for the availability of the drugs. They're much more inexpensive to buy. They're more accessible in the school area, and it's a very quick way to have fun. A lot of it comes from peer pressure, and some of it comes from teenagers who want to escape with the difficult realities of domestic problems. But the most important thing is the availability of it and the inexpensiveness of this.
Here we have some callers waiting. Let's get to the phones. Kelly from Evansville has a question. Go ahead.
Yes, Dr. Lotto, I'd like to know if there's anything that you can take, a pill or something, for depression. I am deeply depressed. My health is bad, and it's just turning me into a stone, I think.
Okay. What did you say to take? I didn't understand that.
Anything. Is
well,
there anything?
Well, there is medications to take. There are much newer medications with less side effects. They're quicker acting, and you don't have to suffer from this depression. Now, to give your prescription over the TV would not be a good idea, but what I would do is contact your family doctor or perhaps a psychiatrist, and what he or she will do is will provide an evaluation to determine the type of depression you're suffering from, and he'll provide you with medications that are now available that are relatively safe and quick acting.
Okay, Rich from Morganfield, Kentucky is on the line. Go ahead with your question.
Good morning. Good morning, doctor.
Good morning.
In my perception of mental illness of others, in other words, my observation, doctor, I see mental illness everywhere.
Okay.
And I try to define to myself the level of mental illness in others before I proceed to make decisions as to business decisions, etc., concerning myself and others. Am I right in doing this?
Well, you're asking me to, I guess the question that you're asking me is, are you perceiving too much mental illness, or you want to compare yourself to others? Is that what you're asking me?
Perhaps you are correct in comparing myself to others.
Well, if I understand your question correctly, there is a certain amount of mental illness, and the question is how you define it, is that when you begin to see that it affects your life and it affects your relationship with others. Now, how you can compare yourself with that, it's not very clear what you're asking me.
Hey, Dr. Lotto, we're out of time, but thanks for your advice.
Okay. Some complicated questions.
No doubt.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, would you recognize the symptoms of heart disease? Doctors say many people don't. In our midday